Hey everybody, got an interesting PM today, supposedly from the head of Super Fighter team, though you know me and skepticism, we kind of go hand in hand. And so it's nothing personal if you actually are the head of Super Fighter team and you're actually watching this video. It's just I'm a skeptical person. But anyway, basically it was asking me if I would look at the this updated version of Sango Fighter. Now, if you've been following my videos for a while, you know that I have done a review of Sango Fighter, and it was actually the first one I ever did. And it was a pretty crappy review, and it still is pretty crappy. But basically, I said that the game was fun despite its faults. And that's really what it was. It had this charm about it that I can't really describe. It was just a fun game to play. And it really got overshadowed by games like Street Fighter back in the day. So it really was going up against lofty goals that it really couldn't ever defeat at the time. But anyway, what they did was they updated the game. Now, the original game had a pretty crappy translation. It was using the old Wade Giles system of a translation, and it was pretty lame. There was a lot of weirdness. A lot of stuff didn't really make any sense. And what they did was they switched it to the pinyin system and translated it all over again. And it actually makes a lot of sense now, and the translation is much, much improved. And another thing they did, they went a step beyond that. They went to the translation of Japanese as well. So you can actually go in the menu and switch between English, Chinese, and Japanese in the language, and the menus will change accordingly. That's another thing they did. They fixed up all the menus. All the English menus look great now. I can't really speak for the Japanese, though, because I'm not fluent, so there you go. But they've fixed up the menus so they're a little bit more modern. You can go in the menu and select like Sound Blaster, the Roland, and all that kind of stuff for music and sound effects and stuff now. So that's much nicer than it was in the original game, where it was just a bunch of pictures and basically all you could change was your controls and the difficulty setting, and that was it. But everything's kind of spelled out for you now. And it may just be me sucking at the game, but it seems like they might have updated the difficulty or something, because it seems a little bit more difficult than it used to be. But then again, that might just be me being horribly out of practice for a long time. But anyway, the core gameplay has not changed. It's still got the same issues that the original game had. It's still kind of sluggish. The controls just feel kind of clunky, and it's a much more methodical and thoughtful fighting game than a lot of others out there, especially stuff like Street Fighter, where you can just spam Hadouken the entire time. But anyway, it's worth checking out if you're a fighting game fan. It's well, it still is anyway. I mean, if you haven't seen my Sango Fighter review, I recommend checking that out and then looking at this. Basically, what you got now is an updated version of the original Sango Fighter with not much fixed. They basically just added in language support. They fixed a few glitches here and there, some bugs, and that's pretty much all they did. So it's an update that's nice to have, but especially in the translation. But the bug fixes and stuff weren't really completely necessary, and I really didn't notice a difference. So as far as the game goes, it's still the same fun experience that we had in the original Sango Fighter, but it's just updated to have some slight bug fixes and a better translation. So it's definitely worth checking out. Check the video description box for the links, and thanks for watching, guys, and make sure you watch the Sango Fighter review if you haven't already.